Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Leela Rhodes and I'll be your moderator today. Thank you so much for joining us here at NetCom Learning, a market leader in promoting lifelong learning, training, and talent development solutions. We are very excited to host today's webinar, Develop Applications for Cisco Webex and Webex Devices, Dev WBX v1.1. And presenting today's topic is Abdullah Abdurrahim. Abdullah is a Cisco certified instructor with over 7 years of experience, and his areas of expertise include cybersecurity consulting and training, wireless communication, VoIP, technical translations, broadcast systems, delivering telecom systems training courses, which include CompTIA, Cybersecurity Analyst, CompTIA Network Plus, Operating Systems, OS, Linux, and Windows. And Abdullah is filled with an enthusiasm and strives to achieve the requested targets and develop optimal work performance through his experience and knowledge that results in enhancing final output of the role and much more. Now, please bear in mind that this is still just an overview of a very robust topic. We do offer a collection of technical and business courses that can be tailored towards your specific requirements. If you're interested in a further discussion about any of those, you can make an appointment with our learning consultants through our website at www.netcomlearning.com. NetCom Learning helps customers build innovative learning organizations by achieving a smarter workforce, adopting change, and driving growth. And we do this with a broad catalog of offerings, developing customized learning plans, and our global delivery capabilities. Since 1998, we have been empowering organizations with our managed learning services to help them reach optimal performance results and address challenges. NetCom Learning offers a comprehensive training portfolio for application development courses, and our upcoming classes include various trainings on developing applications and automating workflows using Cisco Core Platforms, and APIs, administering advanced Cisco Contact Center Enterprise, and many more. Private training to teams is also available, and those learning plans, we can also customize them to the specific needs of each audience. You can also access a variety of application development marketing assets, such as the free 1-hour training, free on-demand training, and blogs by clicking on the available webinar handout. And these offerings can also be found with a simple search on our website at www.netcomlearning.com. And now I'm going to go ahead and pass the time over to Abdullah to present today's topic. Welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Welcome everyone again in our session today in our webinar. We're going to talk about the Webex, Cisco Webex, the powerful platform, and how we're going to benefit from the programming features and programmability feature added by Cisco in the API. So thank you, Leila, for this introduction. As she said, I'm specialized in cybersecurity and VoIP, the voice over IP technologies from really long time since it started around 20 years in networking market, since it was just a computer connected to another computer. Then it developed the switches and routers and become now a cloud computing, and with a lot of features and services added to benefit from the infrastructure we built for such networks. So we're going to talk today, as she mentioned, about the just an introduction and overview about the Webex that introduced by Cisco, and the training for it, and the benefits, programming benefits, and the features for the programmability of the API introduced by Cisco in that platform. So hope all will benefit from this short time. We have from 30 to 40 minutes to talk in this webinar about our topics. We're gonna share some resources, and I will go through with you with some resources and some details about the Cisco Webex. And of course, we will have the time by the end of this webinar to discuss some questions, and if anyone have any other topics to ask about or anything, you're most welcome. Right? So Let's start the with the slides, just slides to make us more familiar with the Cisco Webex and the developing application features for such a platform. So before I begin, I really like to introduce the Cisco Webex for anyone who don't know what is the Cisco Webex. It's a big platform. It's a very powerful platform for web conferencing and video calling. And I don't know if anyone worked before in the telepresence applications also produced from Cisco. It was to connecting people together and connecting remote remote places with each other, and to really represent the world as a small village. Um, but first, the Cisco Webex come with a new generation with a lot of features and very flexible features and very supporting from Cisco. Cisco insists on introducing Cisco Webex as the next generation web conferencing and video calling platform, as it's invested a lot in that platform. It's become like a flagship for Cisco. It really has a lot of hardware and software and support. Cisco invested a lot in this platform, so everyone now in the market are um, thinking about this Cisco Webex platform, as this is will become the future of the uh, video calling and video conferencing for all its applications and needs for the horizontal markets now with different aspects. So develop the applications for Cisco Webex and Webex devices. That's the focus of that training, Dev Webex version 1.1, is how to build an application that is compatible with Cisco Webex, how to build a firmware, how to build uh, uh, some more new vision or entrepreneur uh, applications and projects based on the Cisco Webex and its devices. That's why Cisco make this package for that devices and that platform actually. So the develop applications for Cisco Webex and Webex devices is very important right now for this such platform that all now are expecting that will be the future of the video conferencing and the video meeting to connect everyone to each other. So let's go with our agenda to start with. Cisco Webex API basics. We'll talk just an overview about it, and I will show you some resources for the API uh, from Cisco. The Webex meetings and devices, the different devices that is compatible with the Webex platform from the Cisco. Program with Webex Teams, how to start make programs and the programmability features on that platform. Embedding Cisco Webex, we can embed actually Cisco Webex in other widgets and other applications. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it and check the overview for this embedding feature for Cisco Webex. And managing administration and compliance, the regulation, the administration features. Any platform now, any devices has to have some compliances and regularities to control the the data, for example, so the security, the privacy, everything now has some administration compliance for for following along with this device or platform. And finally, we will end this session with the question and answers. Uh, it will come in both directions. Maybe if anyone have any question, need to ask any topics to clarify more, anything we can talk about by the end of this webinar. So let's begin with the first topic here, the Cisco Webex API basics. I brought for you the documents for such uh, for the API basics. Most of the programmable features here uh, came from the C++ and the Java and C Sharp languages. But anyway, Cisco made some documents for summarizing these features and the summarizing the basics of the API. Um, as it says here, while working with the Webex REST API is easy, it's actually very easy. There are a few things we standardize on throughout the API, such as pagination of long result sets or HTTP response codes. Let me share with you something right now. I want to open, hold with me 1 second. There is a big platform for Cisco. We all can go through and check the website, a very powerful and big website for Cisco Webex. Let me open it for you. It actually has a lot of features introduced and the devices and the techniques for the program and how to use this Cisco Webex. So let me open it. Webex. Check it right now with me. This is the platform website, Webex by Cisco. You will see a lot of features here introduced and the products and also documents to just know the products very well and the platform very well before start on how to program and what is the feature for programming for Cisco. Also here, I included one link for the programmers and for the developers. You can open, you see here, the REST basics. That is first, it's starting with the main features, the basic feature like pagination, navigating pages, the example, the message attachment, the controlling page size, everything you'll find in such platform is a very, very good supporting website. So for developers and programmer, you have to go through this very well to understand everything about the API introduced by Cisco for such devices. You can also see here the platform for Webex. It's very powerful. Actually, you can check the products, the also the resources, what did this platform do, and everything. So if you spend like 10 minutes or 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here and 5 minutes here, you get a quick look about the Cisco Webex platform and what is its features for web conferencing and integrating like that. Let's see more about the features in the slides as we prepared it. The Webex meetings and devices here. There is a lot of devices for the Webex here, but just I brought 3 examples. This is the camera for the Cisco Webex. This is a complete platform you can use to make the meeting and the web video calls with any other stuff. This is just a headset, but also let's go back again to the website. You can find the complete category here in the products. You see here the meeting is for enterprise and for personal and small business. Also, I can show you more and more about this. If you went here, check here the devices, you will find the headsets, the cameras, the desk series. Actually, this is the disk series. This is what we call the disk series for the Cisco Webex. So Cisco started with just the platform. You know, a lot of platforms are introduced for the video meetings and the conference and the training and everything. I can list a lot like Zoom, like Microsoft Teams, like a lot of. But how many of them you will find a lot of devices just designed for such Webex, for such platform. And another thing you have to realize, this is the future. This is the our present and our future. Why I'm saying like that? Why I'm saying that? You see here, this webinar is introduced online. This is an online meeting. This is online delivering. And how many colleges right now, how many universities, how many training organizations are based on that, on such online devices and online meetings and conferencing? And more than that, it's not about this. Sales now and marketing are based on such online meetings and online webinars. Uh, it's not on the market only. You will find every day, almost every organization or company are using the online platforms for the webinars or the video conferencing or meetings or training or education or sales. I can go on and on and on. It's become such a very essential thing in the market. And it's not on a vertical market, no, it's on all the horizontal market now. Almost all the sectors of the companies of the market, it's using somehow of the online meeting. So imagine if you prepare everything with the devices, with the software, with the platform, with the support, everything is professional and everything is set up with the same company. That's actually the powerful feature of the Cisco Webex. It's introduced the software, the platform, the hardware, the support, everything in one package. Choose the customized solution for yourself, for your case, for your organization, even for your home. I know a lot of homes now have a lot of has the devices, the application of the Webex from Cisco, because it's really stable. It's really has a lot of features. It really has a good support. So from that powerful point, Cisco built its platform and devices and make everything is ready. You need devices, you'll find. You need a complete enterprise solution, you also find everything. For small businesses also, support, training, everything is prepared for that platform and the devices. So that's the main thing here. That's the actually the main powerful point for the Cisco Webex. So after realizing the strength point for Cisco Webex, we need to start to get hands-on. We need to start to understand everything as programmers and developers. Why? To build our own programs, to build our own applications, to sell applications and programs for other companies and for other customers. We can build, can customize, we can integrate and embed. And this is very new features. It's actually can do everything um, independently of any other devices or software, but it also could be embedded and integrated in also. This is a complete package for from Cisco. Whatever you imagine for your business, uh, whatever the customer asks for, you will find something. What you will find the solution you need. You can customize the solution you need. So the powerful partnership here with Cisco make the came from the power hybrid work. Webex integrates with hundreds of industry leading apps and tools so you can get more done. Webex actually now is integrated with a lot of apps. You need to check them. You can check them on the internet. You will find the integrated apps, the integrated APIs. Google now is integrating. Microsoft, they are trying to compete. They are trying to get the challenge, but it's really big. It's really huge thing. So instead of making the competency, they started to take their share from that platform, from that powerful platform. That's actually that leads us that we actually also need as developers, as engineers, as consultants, we need to take our share from that platform, from that powerful platform in our own business. We need to find the way uh, from that powerful platform to our career and to our customers. We need to know it very well. As a developer, I need to understand the programming features, the API. I need to understand how I can integrate, how I can embed. Let's see the other feature here, the embedding Cisco Webex. The Webex embedded apps framework allows Webex users to seamlessly interact with your third-party applications from within Webex. So the embedding, it's the Cisco Webex could be integrated in the others, and the other third-party applications could be embedded in the Cisco Webex. So you can understand the business cycle, for example, for any company, how they need the telepresence, how they need the meeting for them, how they need to connect with each other in the meetings, how the tools they need for the training, for the online training for such customers, how they need to make the sales sessions and the marketing sessions, what is the tools needed in that sessions, what is the features needed by both parties, the introducers, the presenter, and the audience. What the features needed here, and what is the features needed there. You can understand and you can embed the Webex into the Webex, whatever the application you need. You need other application to put on. You, you can do that. You could add another application. You could add another features. This is actually a very big thing. It's not fixed, closed black box. It's not like that. It's a programmable features here introduced by Cisco. So the Webex embedded apps framework lets you easily, they made a complete framework, lets you easily integrate your existing web application into Webex meetings and spaces. Webex embedded apps presents a seamless user experience, and as with Webex itself, can run across multiple platforms. You have Windows, you have Mac, Linux, iOS, Android, and any popular web browser. You could integrate, you could embed wherever you want. That's huge. it's a huge thing. It's not an easy thing to make such a big, powerful platform, and it could also has embedded applications added to it, or with all its big features could be integrated into another application or framework. So it's really big thing for the customers and also for us to get our share from it. We need to focus what's the benefits here Webex. Also, I want to show you the on the same platform, line platform that I showed you before, solution for educations, healthcare, government, finance, sports, entertainment, frontline, non-profit startups, hyperworks, integration, developers, everything here. Also, you can find the downloads. You could, this is the client for the Webex. Find it in the App Store or the Play Store, or also other download options you'll find resources, examples of how you can apply and how you can use the Cisco Webex in the education, in the healthcare, and the government. Also, what happened in the COVID-19 pandemic and how this become essential to connect with each other remotely over the video conferencing and over the remote connections over the internet. So it's has a lot of solutions for that. It's very essential. It's very important to do such applications from our point of view. You have a lot of devices here. Choose whatever you want. Choose whatever you want. You have the API, as we see before. You have the API to develop all the applications you need based on that. So it's not a small thing. The future, you will see it. So we all have to get our share from such a big platform and such a very powerful platform as developers. You have to understand as as a network engineer, communication engineer, we all have to understand this. We all have to get our share. All have to find out the basics we need to work with Cisco Webex. We all have to know what is the basic configuration we need to understand, what is the main features, how to customize the solution, how to choose the devices here. And of course, we have to remember the security, the regulations, the compliances we need to follow. With now the networking is everywhere and the internet is with every application, as the Internet of Things introduced us solutions to connect everything with the internet. So now everything is connected, everything is about to be hacked if it's not secured. So regulation is important, compliance is security, administration, administrating everything, follow the security regulation, follow the cyber security defense mechanism. You have to understand the cyber security aspects very well. The security aspects very well, you have to understand it. The confidentiality, the integrity, the availability, the main triad of the security and the cybersecurity mechanism. We have always to remember that confidentiality means I need to encrypt, I need to hide the information I exchange with anyone, because this video, we are talking about video is transmitting over the network. So if it's spoofed here or sniffed, everything in the meeting could be leaked to another. It become with a big data leak. So we need to think about these compliances and understand how Cisco integrated the compliances and the cybersecurity aspect and the security aspects here into this solution. The end-to-end encryption, very powerful, because our meetings now is distributed over the world. We talk, we share video, we share files, we share minutes of meeting. Everything is shared over the internet. And you know very well, internet is not safe. Internet is not safe at all. Anything on the internet is about to be hacked. So Cisco integrated these features here to uh, give the adequate security, to make some advanced features for confidentiality by the end-to-end encryption, by integrity, by the digitizing everything and put the digital mark, uh, the availability. You have to think about it. What about if the server become down? Do we have any parallel service or hot standby for that? It's the basic triad. So surely manage administration and complaints. It's become a very big issue here in the Cisco Webex. Cisco says ensure regularity compliance of Webex app and meetings content. As a compliance officer, you can use Cisco Webex Control Hub to search through any conversation in the Webex app, and all Webex meetings hosted by users in your organization as a compliance officer. So you can do all that through the Webex Control Hub. Cisco designed this for the compliance officer, so we can track everything, track the audience, track everything is comply with the regularity of the company or the organization or not. Manage compliance data for legal hold. During a litigation, you may be required to preserve Webex app and meetings data for a period of time. This period of time may be longer than your retention policy. You can use legal hold to ensure that relevant information is not purged by your retention policy. It's a very important thing here. The retention policy should be uh, studied very well, customized, and make it adequate for your company. And be sure that Cisco is very well comply with it. Compliance and events. Webex is an end-to-end encrypted cloud collaboration platform. Organizations have exclusive control over the management of their encryption keys, as well as the their data. That's what I told you about the end-to-end encryption features. As long as we are exposed on the internet, as long as we're on the public network, we need to make sure everything is confidential and everything is encrypted to secure our data. Um, Thank you for your time. For a quick summary, I introduced the Cisco Webex platform. I took you from one to another of the features of the Cisco Webex, the importance of Cisco Webex, the programmability features, the powerful and the strengths points of the Cisco Webex, the importance of taking advantage of this one. So go back again to Leila, and I'm here for any questions you need to ask or anything you need to talk about more. All right, Leila, are you with me?
I am. Thank you so much. We really appreciated hearing from you today. I know that there's so much more information that it could be covered. We're going to have a question and answer session, but before that, I just want to share a couple links with you, show you where you can find the Cisco Learning Credits, the CLL or CLCs here at NetCom Learning. You have the about, how to redeem, and as well as other information that you can find here. Different courses available. We also have available the Cisco Digital Library that you are welcome to visit. And obviously, we're an authorized for training on Cisco certifications, and we have self-paced e-learning. So those are really great resources that you can use to learn more about what we have available here at NetCom Learning. If you do have any questions, go ahead and get those into the question answer panel right now. Once we do get through all of our questions, we will end up wrapping up today. So let's get straight to those questions. The first one I have for you is, what are the first steps to get the market share of the remote online meeting advantage?
You need first to understand the needs in the market for that online meetings and video conference. As we talked about in a lot of applications, what the education, for example, market needs from that video conference, what is the healthcare applications, companies, organization, you need to understand the needs for them to study a little bit the market. Then, of course, to take a very powerful training on such platform to get acquainted and to get familiar with such knowledge and such devices. And after just the a quick survey after that training, you will find yourself very familiar with that, and you can put your foots down in that career and start working and gain more experience within that products and applications.
Thank you so much. The next question I'm seeing is, as a network engineer, how can I benefit from Cisco Webex?
All right, as a network engineer, you need to understand first the configurations of the Cisco Webex, the devices connected together, how we're gonna connect these devices, the network infrastructure you need, the limitations, the features and specifics you need to include in your infrastructure to build this solution in your network, and the capabilities, what this Webex needs on the infrastructure, what this Webex platform can give, what is the most features you can get, what is the least. So after familiar with the configuration, with the building, with the troubleshooting, you can become a designer and become the person who can install and troubleshoot. You will be a very good engineer for such a platform with all its hardware and software integration with each other.
Thank you. And it looks like we've got about one more question. Once that's in, we will wrap up today's session. Are the only SW engineers, or is it only the SW engineers that will benefit from this training course?
The software's engineers will definitely get the most benefits, but as we said before, the software engineers will benefit from this training because of the API and start build their own applications and market them for the other customers. The network engineers, the telecommunication engineer and the communication engineers, this is the main audience for such training. As I said, for the developers or the software engineers, this is the sector who will build the application and customize the solutions for the customers. The network engineers and the communication engineers, these are the ones who will make the infrastructure for such platform and for such a system. So this is the three main target for such training. Again, the software engineers and developers, network engineers, and communication engineers.
Thank you so much for all that information and for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us today. We really appreciate it. In addition to today's training, we have a lot of informative webinars coming up. So please go to www.netcomlearning.com/webinars/ to register for any of those. We want to thank you all for joining us today. If you do come up with any additional questions, please feel free to send them to us at webinar@netcomlearning.com at any time. We hope that you found today's webinar to be informative, and we really look forward to seeing you back here with us very soon. Also, feel free to tell your friends and colleagues about our webinars and other courses. Once again, thank you everyone and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Leila. And thank you for all of you for attending this webinar, and hope to see you again and again in the NetCom training webinars and NetCom training courses. Thank you.
Thank you.